Shannon Sharpe, did you think he was one day going to be a good TV guy personality?
Yeah.
So you knew he was made for TV?
Yeah.
And would he say he's going to do it?
Yes, he had already started prepping.
How much before he retired did he tell him?
Been started.
Oh, so he's known he's going to be doing that.
Yeah.
So you're not surprised by the success he's having with his podcast and TV and him and Skip and Stephen A., all that stuff?
No, I'm not surprised. I'm shocked at his content. I wouldn't, in a million years, the things that Shannon has said now or did now, I would never believe that Shannon will say or do any of these things.
Like what?
Simply, I take drinking. Shannon, in my entire career, I've never saw Shannon with a drink. Ever. Like it was against the law, right? Because he had some stuff in his family that he didn't want to follow that. And then so I kind of started to watch him, and then we kind of went our own separate ways because I'm like, you're going to take that route. I can't go that route. Never can go that route. And that route is to become so worldly that you become popular because you're talking about ignorance, right? A lot of times, a lot of these gossip conversations that they're having and bringing up all this stuff, I'm not going to do that to nobody. I'm not in the business for that. I'm in life to try to teach people what does it mean to be a better man or get back to the kingdom.
It's so funny that he's saying that while at the same time volunteering hate for Shannon Sharpe. And I don't say that lightly because, Ray Lewis has been under the microscope and has been criticized for a ton of things. And so I'm not here to try to bring that back up in order to throw him under the bus, but I just think that it's hypocritical. And I think that it's fake because word on the street is that Ray Lewis probably is still a little bitter about the fact that Shannon Sharpe probably got the best of him on national TV on a sports show. But that's neither here nor there. The other part of this is that, and I was having this conversation on the Millionaire Morning Show, and we're going to get to the liquor and we're going to get to all of that. But the other part of this is if somebody is your friend or was your friend or you know him in real life and it wasn't just about content and you visited their house or you know their family and all of this other type of stuff, right? And you dedicated yourself to the loyalty, regardless of whether or not you think that they're on the right path or the wrong path, you do not publicly throw your homeboy under the bus. I don't know where y'all new niggas came from, but that is just law. You call them, even if y'all disagree, you keep it G, and then you hang up the phone, and that's the end of the conversation. If you know them and you kicked it with them in real life, you do not go on a public platform and throw them under the bus, even if you bitter, even if y'all fell out, even if y'all went into a different direction. That is a no-no. So, under this guise of righteousness, which I believe it strongly borders and then crosses over into self-righteousness, Ray Lewis, in my opinion, in this particular clip, has completely thrown Shannon Sharpe under the bus. And it's so ironic that this stuff always happens when somebody is going through something, when they got to deal with a lawsuit, when they deal with a big, sponsorship loss. When you was on top and all of that, everybody was quiet in there, and a lot of these people had nothing to say. But now, and then some people, I heard a guy, he came up on my show today on the Millionaire Morning Show because I streamed on a Saturday, and he said, well, what about when they get permission from friends and family? You can't get no permission from nobody to speak on me if we got a personal relationship outside of whatever this entertainment realm is. And let's be clear, this is all 100% entertainment. So if Shannon Sharpe gets on a sports show, he blows up, he, kills it with Club Shay Shay, and he winning on that front, and then he can sell spirits or whatever and all of that stuff. I personally do not see anything wrong with that. You can't convince me that, okay, yep, you can say that Shannon Sharpe isn't the best person when it comes to, his ability to pick and deal with girls, let alone younger girls that sue him and get, upwards of maybe $10 to $20 million as a payout. Fair enough. I give you that. But again, that has nothing to do, like me having a conversation about content with Shannon Sharpe, that's 100% entertainment. Similarly to guys on a field with a pigskin football running into each other for the entertainment of the people in order for you to make money. That's all entertainment. But when it comes to personal relationships and friendships, that's a whole nother level. And if you this type of person where you will speak on me and you got my phone number, regardless of whether or not you agree with me or disagree with me, you would speak on me and we real tight and we got a history together, and you would speak negatively about me to another platform in order to get some visibility and jump on the interview regardless of whether you was asked the question or not, you're not the type of person that I would ever keep in my circle. And I know that it's going to be some people that disagree with that, but I stand firm on that, and I just think that that's snake behavior.
You know, and a lot of times, like, and a lot of the guys get in trouble with these podcasts and things, man, because everybody wants the follower, everybody wants to be popular, everybody wants to make money, but that's a tight rope into what you call influence and popularity. Right? The devil has the ability to make you popular. God has the ability to give you influence that when people see you, they see an image of him. Mm-hmm. And that's the thing for me that started to switch with not just Shannon, but just a couple of people. I'm like, wow, you would switch out like that? Really? And I would never, ever. Why? Because of the respect that I have for my mother, my daughters, my granddaughters, life, period. Like, and I think men, given these new platforms, we've overrode what the platform is actually for. The platform is supposed to help somebody find.
No, the platform is for entertainment, and if you just so happen to get some gem out of it as a result of it, then cool. The platform is nothing but entertainment. I need people to really understand that. These platforms was not given to anybody. They was work, they was created, it was hustle. People put their blood, sweat, and tears into it. You got staff and you got families that you take care of. It's a lot that goes into it. And I know it because, you know, he ain't dropped the episode according to the people that gave me the insight on what's going on what his podcast was since 2021. And I honestly, I think that this is more or less a jealousy play than anything. 100%.
A new direction. We don't help. Everybody just gets on. Like, everybody's talking now. Everybody got a podcast. Everybody's the new marriage coach. Everybody's the new relationship coach. And ain't nobody coaching themselves. Because if you were coaching yourself, when it says power of life and death is found in the tongue, then go back and check out a couple of your episodes and ask yourself, do you give life or do you give death? And that's why, me personally, I kind of do my own thing, stay in my own lane. What's going on, everyone?
So he's probably about to jump on here and try to sell something. That's usually what happens, or try to tell you to follow him somewhere or tap in with him, you know, so he can get the popularity and then the influence. But again, I just think that this is you broke rule number one, and rule number one is you never throw somebody that you connected to, was connected to, or have a relationship with when you can call them. You never throw them under the bus on a public platform. I take this as a form of jealousy. I think that Shannon Sharpe excelled and elevated and created something that was transformational, and you know, it absolutely went to a whole nother level. And now that it seems like he may be coming back to earth a little bit because of the little situation that he went through, which I thought that was a finesse too. And so if you were his friend, that's the time that you really hold people down. This is the time that you hold people down, that you check on them when they're going through stuff. And you know, it's not the time for trying to clout chase and throw people under the bus in order to get a viral moment. But here we are. We in a world of entertainment. Let me know what y'all think inside of the comments. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Teach Hanley, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm holler at you guys later. Peace.